Everyone talks about why they should move abroad. Fewer people talk about what happens after the honeymoon phase ends. And when the novelty wears off, the paperwork hits, and you realize Google Translate does not, in fact, solve everything. Living abroad can be incredible. It can be life-changing even, but it can also be overwhelming, isolating, and way more complicated than Instagram makes it look like. So today I want to walk you through 10 things you really need to consider before you move abroad, whether you're working, studying, or just convinced your life will magically fix itself with a plane ticket. Hey, I'm Danielle Paisalis. I'm founder of Expat Livin. I'm an attorney, a mom of four, and someone who didn't just visit Europe. I actually packed up my whole family and built a life abroad. I love living overseas. I also love telling people the truth about it. And that's exactly what we're doing here today. So let's get started with 10 things that you need to consider before you move abroad. Number one, are you actually ready to move abroad? This sounds obvious, but it's the most important question. Are you running towards something or running away from something? I know that I harp on this point a lot, but moving abroad magnifies everything. So your patience, your stress, your relationships, your expectations. If you are already burned out, you're overwhelmed or unhappy, a move can help, but it won't magically fix everything. You need to ask yourself these questions. Can I handle uncertainty? Can I problem solve without immediate help? Can I be uncomfortable for a while? If the answer is maybe, that's okay. You can still work some of these things out with some patience and help. But if the answer is absolutely not, that's information and that's not failure. Number two is, will this move help or hurt your career? For those of you who are moving abroad for a job or who are remote workers and can work abroad, not all international jobs are created equal, so some moves could accelerate your career while others might quietly put it on pause. You want to ask yourself, is this role respected internationally? Will the experience translate back home if I return? Am I gaining skills or just changing scenery? Or if you are already a remote worker and taking your career with you, you might have to ask, how are your peers and your clients going to respond to the change? I've seen people take incredible overseas opportunities that have helped them advance in their careers. And I've seen people move abroad and then have to shift what they do because they get stuck in roles that were hard to explain later. Neither is wrong, but you need to choose intentionally. And by the way, this is exactly the kind of conversations that we have inside the Expat Livin Community. Real people, real moves, real career questions, and not highlight reels. So if you are planning a move and you want honest guidance, the link to join our community is below. Number three is, what will your spouse or partner do if you are not moving alone? This one matters more than people admit. If you're moving with a partner, ask, can they legally work? Are they okay taking a career break? How do they feel about this move? Resentment doesn't need a visa. It travels very easily. I've seen moves fail not because of the country, but because one person was excited and the other one was silently miserable. This has to be a shared decision, not a dragged along situation. All right, number four is, how does this fit into your long-term career path? Think beyond year one. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in 5 years? Does this move build toward that or detour from that? Is this a chapter or a turning point? You don't need every answer. You do need a rough direction. So moving abroad is powerful when it's part of a plan, not just an escape hatch. Number five, do you actually know the country or just the vacation version? This is a big one, my friends. Visiting a place and living there are wildly different experiences. Vacation versions, charming cafes, walkable streets, relaxed vibes. Real life version is bureaucracy, banking issues, school systems, healthcare logistics. You need to ask yourself, do I know how daily life works here? And have I researched neighborhoods and not just landmarks? Can I imagine a Tuesday, not a holiday? And loving a place on vacation is a great start, but it's not the whole story. If you're stuck choosing between countries or cities, this is where community is going to matter. Inside the Expat Livin Community, members share what life is actually like, the costs, schools, housing, culture shock, so that you're not guessing from blogs written about it 10 years ago. Number six is, how is the contract set up? So if you're moving abroad for work or school, read the fine print and read it again. Look for contract length, termination clauses, housing and relocation support, healthcare coverage, and please don't assume anything is standard. Never rely on verbal promises when you're crossing borders. Number seven is, how is the pay really? Okay, salary numbers lie when context is missing. Ask yourself, is this gross or net pay? What are the taxes? What's the cost of living in my city? Will my lifestyle actually be better or just different? Lower pay can be totally worth it, but you need to understand the trade-off. Surprises are fun on birthdays, but not on payday. Number 8, do you have health concerns to consider? Healthcare abroad can be amazing or complicated or both. Think about chronic conditions, prescriptions, mental health support. Insurance requirements are tied to visas. So don't assume, Europe has great healthcare is going to solve everything. You need to know how to access it, not just that it exists. Number 9, are you ready to learn a new language and culture? Okay, you don't need to be fluent on day one, but you do need humility. You're going to mess up. You're going to feel awkward. You're going to misunderstand things. So learning the language, even just a little bit, is the fastest way to feel less like an outsider and more like a participant. And culturally, things are going to be different. Not worse, just not your way. So flexibility is a survival skill abroad that you're going to need. And lastly, number 10 is, what are the visa requirements really? This is a deal breaker question. You want to ask yourself, what visa do I qualify for? Can I work legally? How long does it take? What happens if my situation changes? Too many people plan a whole life around a visa that they can assume that they're going to get, but visas don't care about your dreams. They care about the paperwork, timing, and eligibility. This is where most moves succeed or they fall apart. If visa's timing or where do I even start feels overwhelming for you, you don't have to figure this out alone. That's exactly what Expat Livin does. The community has resources and guidance from people who've actually done this. Living abroad can be one of your best decisions that you ever make when you plan it well. All right, so if this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with where you're thinking about moving to, and please don't forget to subscribe for more honest, real-life expat advice. Again, I'm Danielle. Happy to see you here, and I'll see you in the next one.